Hello there. It's Saturday, and here we are on How Will You Bring More Life to Your 2022 Day 8. So you can see I'm out and about. I'm not in my office, not in my kitchen, not walking in the forest, just out and about. Today is the day that starts a big project of mine. And I thought, this would be the perfect thing to bring to our conversation. I was trying to figure out how to say it, but you know what? It occurs to me that me being perfect and wonderful and, my voice is so fabulous and I'm so good and wonderful. That's okay. We did that for 7 days and that's fun. So now what would bring more life to our conversation is to get real with something that I'm dealing with right now. And that is some unresolved conflict with a person who's important in our world, in the world of my family, and with whom I have unresolved conflict that is at least 11 years old, probably longer than that. And so the circumstances that I am bringing more life to, using simple shifts with, using my reinvention mindset with, is that I'm going to be in this person's presence as early as this evening, and for tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And I've been working it. I just talked to a friend of mine who I love dearly and who actually holds the mirror up for me a lot of times when we talk. And she's like, I have never seen you really work this hard. You've been working at this for a month, and why are you not over it? Why have you not, used your shifts and whatever? I've been watching you shift for a month. So, hi. So what's this all about? And so what we just got to was this unresolved conflict thing. And I went, oh my God. Well, here's the thing that makes unresolved conflict different than conflict. I love conflict. Conflict is my friend. Conflict is awesome. I teach people how to have conflict. I have conflict gratefully and joyfully. It's like, okay, let's have a fight, or let's disagree, or let's whatever, because conflict that happens inside of a relationship, that happens inside of a conversation, actually brings more life to the relationship, because you both hear each other. And I don't mean yelling. I'm not talking yelling. I mean, I don't agree, or this happened and I'm hurt, or, or I don't understand, or, remember those? I'm sorry, I was wrong. I need help. I don't know. Typically conflict shows up with misunderstandings in those kind of places. And it's so awesome and cool to work out, and I love it. I mostly don't have unresolved conflict in my life because I do my best to resolve conflict. But here's an interesting thing. Conflict can only get resolved if both people are ready to resolve the conflict. And so if you have a situation with somebody, and let's just say they did something that you took personally, and you're angry about it, and really you just want to snatch them bald-headed. I learned that term in Texas, and it's one of my favorite things. I mean, it's like there's lots of emotion to that. You just want to reach over, snatch them bald-headed, and it feels so good, except it's not really good to do to a person live. It doesn't really do anything for you. And it just makes things worse. But it's really fun to say. Can I just say? It's so fun to say. Anyway, unresolved conflict means you're just left with all that I want to snatch you bald-headed feeling, and you don't have any way to work it out. So, I've been using my reinvention mindset. I've been using my simple shifts for the past month. It was about a month ago when I discovered that this was, in fact, going to be happening. And so for the next several days, my Facebook Lives are going to be making it real. I'm in it. I'm using my skills, and I'm also want you to know that this is so normal. This is so normal. This is one of the easiest ways we get stuck in our world. Honestly, this is how wars start. Somebody did something, I took offense, and whether it had anything to do with me or not, I personalized it. And in my case, I'm personalizing the impact of this person's behavior on people that I love. So nothing really has been done to me. If you think about it, really nothing. I just have an opinion about what's been done to people that I love. And that's the core of my anger. So yeah, it's taken me a month to get here. I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to be loving, because I'm really clear that my anger is a catalyst for me to find out what's going on and what I can do about it, or is something that just is like me drinking poison and wishing the other person would, drop dead. So I know all those things, and I've worked on all those things. And I'm only just getting today, right before I got on here, in the hopes that it would be of service to anybody who's watching this, either live or in the replay, because this is just real life. So, we're kind of short today because I'm out and about and, not in high control of my environment, except I am in my car, which is fun. Hi guys. Oh my God, here you are. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. So my commitment to our conversation and bringing more life to our conversation and the things that are possible in the world with the strategies that I know is just be in it real with you. For the next today through, it'll be over Wednesday morning, one way or the other. So my commitment is that I bring peace and grace to this. Part of bringing peace and grace to this is getting to say, I'm so mad. I really don't want to see this person. I really don't want to have this conversation, and letting that be okay. And then moving forward and allowing what unfolds to unfold, and understanding that the number one thing that's happening for me is unresolved conflict. So my mission is to resolve the conflict, by asking a couple of questions. 1, what am I blind to? What's happening in this person's world that I'm completely unaware of? Because, when you get really mad at somebody and then you realize something bad happened to them, you're like, oh, and you stop being mad. That happened to me a month ago. A month ago, I got from fury to compassion, and I felt really proud about that. So resolving this inside me, because really, whenever anybody has a situation like this, it's really not about the other person. It's really all about me. And remember, when you feel like crap, it's an unconscious trap. So yeah, this is my trap. So what I'm doing is I'm giving myself a moment of grace, allowing myself to breathe, and then thinking about the next right thing for me to do, which is admit it, face it, and be willing to learn, be willing to be curious, and be willing to learn. So on your Saturday, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for watching the replay. And yes, this is not fun. This is not what most people want to do or hear or play in. And that is so okay. So okay. And if today's not your day to see Maya going, I have unresolved conflict, totally fine. Totally awesome. There will come a day when you'll think to yourself, remember that time that she was having unresolved conflict? I think that's what I'm having. Yay! I'll be thrilled. I'll be thrilled if this conversation I'm having with you will be of service to you in the future. So, top 3 things I want to leave you with is, it is a gorgeous day. It is just glorious. Have an amazing day. Number 2, if you do get in a situation like this at any point in time, I hope you will give yourself a moment of grace and understand that it's normal. And number 3, whenever you have a huge emotion about anything, that emotion lasts for 90 seconds. Neurobiologists, neuroscientists tell us that any emotion you get, especially if it's a negative emotion, because positive emotions, we just keep generating them, but we can generate a negative emotion as well. An emotion lasts in our brains 90 seconds. So if you feel anger, or you feel upsetment, or you feel any of those pieces that are kind of like bigger than feeling like crap, just like, ratchet it up a bit, 90 seconds. If you'll just give yourself 90 seconds, it'll be okay. So, thank you for your support. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know where I'll be or what I'll be doing, but I will definitely see you tomorrow. And I will fill you in on the details of what's coming next. So, I'm Maya Beatty, and I'll see you next time.